you're picking
like
your
I'm picking my nose.
You're picking your tooth. Hey everybody, this is Matt, and we're at Texas Toast Guitars. Thanks for watching another Thursday live stream. Have a beer with Uncle Matt and Chris, the nice one.
I am the nice one, and you are.
I love BJ. So not everyone knows how fond of China I am, but yeah, here it is. So our friend Dean, who is in class this week, brought me this shirt because he thought I'm the only one irreverent enough to wear it. And so here I am. I'm like, well, yeah, I'll wear a I Love BJ shirt.
So where's that shirt from?
The Rubber Dick store down the street. No, it's from Beijing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
It's like I Love New York.
Yeah.
Only it's Beijing.
Only it's BJ.
I thought Beijing was one word.
Yeah.
New York is two words.
Yeah.
It should just say I love B. But whatever, hey, maybe people in Beijing have more sense of humor than I think.
Maybe. So I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. It's been up for 13 minutes. There's been 23 votes. Thank you to everyone who voted in the poll. I'm not sure this shirt is really me.
How so?
I don't know. But anyway,
it's got a heart on it.
Yeah, it's got a heart on it. I also fart Beijing. So I asked everybody, what would y'all like to see on the new website? More pictures, more of Matt's philosophy. That got no votes. More videos or gratuitous nudity. So 50% of the people. Oh, somebody just changed theirs to Matt's philosophy. Thank you to whoever you are. Looks like most people want to see more pictures, and a lot of people want to see gratuitous nudity.
Okay.
Now, I didn't say it was nudity of who. It'd be probably my naked butt, because that's all I can really do. So anyway, we're gonna.
Gratuitous does not mean attractive,
and it does. Yeah. Look up what gratuitous means. So yeah. So hey guys,
necessary.
I think it means sort of like for no reason at all. But yeah, here's nudity.
Yeah. And now nudity.
Oh. So Chris, you and I have been working with the five guys here at not the burger guys, but the guys who are taking the Build the Classic set neck, and they're all doing great. There's a bunch of really neat guitars happening here. What do you think so far? What do you think is what's happening? Let's do it.
Well, it's almost over, so
yeah, there's only one more day.
Yeah, it's good. Everybody's making cool stuff. I always enjoy classes. They're always really, really fun.
I do too.
In a lot of ways they're the same, but in a lot of ways, every one of them is slightly different. Is that an itchy shirt?
Kind of. Yeah. It smells like Dean's fabric softener, which smells really good, but I'm so not used to it. Dean smells so nice.
So nice. You sniffed him twice.
Yeah. Sometimes. Yeah. So I'm sorry. I didn't mean to writhe around like a lunatic while you were
I was trying to tell everybody how fun classes are.
While you were being really heady.
Yeah. They're fun. Fun. It's fun to get to know people, and we have 3 returning students this time, which is cool.
That is really neat. Yeah.
Daryl from the very first class that we ever did.
Yep.
And you and I actually talked about it one time. We're like, do you think we'll ever see any of those guys again? And sure enough. Yep.
Dean was from the second class that we did, and he liked it so much he brought me this BJ shirt.
He did, yeah.
And Mike was at the inaugural Build.
I was a little jealous this morning when you
didn't get a BJ shirt.
Well,
when you didn't get a BJ,
okay, shirt, yeah. I didn't say I didn't get a and then I saw what it said, and I was like, oh yeah, that's really great.
I think it stands for Burrito Junction. Because I do love Burrito Junction.
Yeah. I told the class today, but I'll tell everybody else out there. I got a new license plates for a car last year, and they were BJR dash. And I thought, sometimes they should just skip some of those combinations of letters.
Some combos can be
skipped. Yeah. FCK. Yeah. What? Yeah. I would like that one. That would be funny. But I bet you they didn't do that one.
B8R. We also have Mike is here from the inaugural Build the Classic Strat. So we've had a really great time. And of course, Jason and Chris are here too, and we just met them for the first time.
Yeah,
but
looking forward to when they come back too.
Yeah.
So and it's interesting because you kind of fall right back into the same patterns with people that have been here before. It's like, oh yeah.
We really had to brace ourselves for a lot of the guys. Right? All right, we know what to expect from this guy.
Yeah. Dean.
I think I should. That light is kind of makes me look. See, if I was over here, I think I would.
You look a little like Carrot Top without the red hair. I mean, you're looking pretty shredded. That shirt really pumps you up.
No, not the. I'm like, it's like the light is reflecting off. I've been noticing that in the last. I'm going to cover up this light one day. So,
just put it on a switch.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, thanks for joining us for a live Q&A. Thursdays is when we do Q&As. I've got a couple of administrative things to tell you about. We have a new sponsor. I haven't added him to the description yet because I haven't figured out how to make sure the sponsorship works. And he's watching right now. It's Dylan McCurchie from Dylan Pickups. Dylan Talks Tone. So he sent me a thing where like we can he's going to sponsor the live streams. Cool. And you guys are going to get some good stuff from that too. But I don't know how to work the thing that he sent. And I think I just take the link that he sent me and put it on there. And then you guys click on that and you can buy Dylan's stuff. And I don't know how it worked. Dylan, I'm kind of busy this week, so I didn't have a chance to just call, or I would have, but we'll work that out. So if you're looking to to get some cool Dylan pickups, we can help you out with that. So yeah, and we'll talk about it every show like we do. The guys from Flipside Music, the great American guitar store.
We may even write a jingle for it.
That's right. We haven't figured it out yet, but we may.
It might go like this. Dylan pickups are so good. Dylan pickups, aren't they good? Something like that.
You can't rhyme good with good.
Who says I can't?
I say you can't. Yeah. Oh. Sounding like a pickup should. I think we should.
Sounds like wood. Dylan's
we're really close to sounding like the Blind Owl from Canned Heat. Oh, Dylan pickups. Yeah, they sound so good. Oh, Dylan pickups. Just like a pickup should.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Something like that. Anyway,
creativity in action.
So anyway, guys, we have a captive audience, and we asked the guys who are here in the shop to write us some questions. We completely random. We said there was nothing is off limits.
If that Subaru question comes up.
But we'd also like to take your questions too about guitar building or really anything you want to talk about. So
and put a bunch of question marks in front of it so we can see, or money.
Yeah. Throw money. Just write it on a $20 bill and hand it back. Yeah. And keep doing it until we answer.
Until we get it.
Yeah. So, but anyway, so Dylan, I want to talk to Dylan, and I will later this weekend about the Dylan sponsorship thing, because that's a very cool deal. What else, Chris? What else do we need to tell people about?
What else is tonight?
Oh, steak night.
Steak night.
Yeah, that's right. So usually on Thursdays we go to Mickey's Top Sirloin. That's part of the class thing, and that's a cool. What'd you have for dinner last night? Because I had a really depressing dinner last night.
I just had junk that I had around the house.
I had chicken flavored salt water for dinner last night. Broth
flavor. Yeah. Did your system kick it back?
No.
Okay.
No, it was fine. Have a good time.
Broth?
Yeah.
Just broth.
Well, it had noodles in it, but I didn't eat them because they tasted like weird. I just really just wanted the salty water.
Okay.
And I wanted it to be chicken flavor. So yeah. So here's some questions that are coming in from Shark Air. Doesn't Mrs. Toast hate canned heat? Mrs. Toast hates so many things that it's hard to keep track of one specific thing. And I don't know. So I'm going to go, yeah, probably. Yeah.
Chances are.
yeah. If you
we don't know definitively, yes. Yeah. But yeah, probably.
If you're a gambling man, and you had to bet.
It might depend on the day.
Yeah.
She might be unaware that she hates canned heat as much as she does.
But play it for her and she'll go, oh, I hate those guys.
Yeah. Geez, we have to listen to the whole CD? Well, that was just the second song.
Yeah, but, that 45 minutes was just the first tune. Yeah.
Okay.
All
right.
So guys, lots of question marks, and we will see. It's just Chris and I reading the little screen here.
And really, it's just Matt because I can't see over there.
You can't see any of it? Okay.
No, I can see colors. That's
so
it.
So I think everybody's question. So we gave everyone the option to write down some questions.
Can I read some of them?
Yeah, you can read them all if you want.
I'll read them all. Great.
So they could write them down, or they could come up and ask them in the microphone, whatever they want to do. But it looks like everybody
wants to do that.
Did
everybody sign
3,
theirs?
4, 5. Looks like there's 5.
Okay.
And it might be completely autonomous.
Should we try and figure out who, just based on what they wrote it on and stuff like that? Like there's one that's written on appears to be some sort of beer carton.
We'll just, I'm not on camera, but we'll figure out who it was.
All right. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So guys, we'd love to take your questions too. That's what we do on Thursdays.
By osmosis?
No, they send them in.
That means you can start fires with your,
your
mind.
You can bend spoons with
metal.
your mind.
Yeah. See into the future with osmosis.
All right. Well, let's jump right in, shall we there? Unless there's anything else you want to
mix them up. Okay. I didn't really mix them up.
Okay.
Oh, well, Jason signed his.
So we know who it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Guys. This is very apropos. How do you keep yourselves from going nuts over the little details?
Okay, so I think what he's talking about.
Blood on here?
Yes.
Yeah. Or it's chocolate. Or it's poop. I don't know.
Not chocolate.
So let's talk about that. So this is in specifically with guitars, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Jason was starting to go a little stir crazy over his neck.
Yeah.
He decided to walk away, which is the right maneuver.
Sometimes that's the good move.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think you do. I continue to obsess over the little things. It's just that the more of them that I do, the better at little things I get. One of the downsides to building a guitar in a class, and correct me if you think I'm wrong, Chris, is you only have the one guitar to work on. And it's like, oh, it's got to be the best guitar ever. So sometimes if you can distance yourself from it's got to be the best guitar ever to it's got to be a guitar, then that's a good way to.
And this is a learning experience. The other issue too is we only have 5 days, and as much as you want to say, take your time, some of this stuff you could spend a day on just one thing if you really wanted to,
or a week
or whatever.
Yeah.
And now isn't necessarily the time to obsess about that stuff. If you want to do that later, you can on another build. But in this one, it's more about the learning experience and getting it done. And sometimes just walking away from it, I think, actually is a really good thing. And I get super obsessed with guitars and builds and all of that. And sometimes they're done and they leave, and then they come back for whatever reason, or I'll see them at a show or something like that, and I'll be like, oh yeah, that one was really cool, and I'll look at it and I'll remember some of those things that I thought were a big deal,
and they aren't such a big
deal at all.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, okay, yeah, that's cool.
One of the things that so here's a little bit of Matt philosophy for you.
Okay. Nobody wants this.
Yeah, and nobody wants. Actually, no. 5%.
One guy wants.
5% of the people. One person wants this. So sometimes getting in the zone of working on a project and just sort of blocking out everything else is a very purifying experience. And you lose track of time. Remember the last time I had all those challenges, and I'm like, all right, I'm going to sand all these bodies and sand all these necks. I'm going to get everything glued up, and I turned around, and that was at like 9 o'clock in the morning. I turned around, it was 3. I completely lost track of time. I nothing was bothering me. Nothing came in. I wasn't thinking about anything else. I was just thinking about the task at hand. So I was obsessing over the details, but it was in a good way almost. Does that make any sense? And so for me, that's kind of the I don't know. If you did that, if you were into religion and you really got into religion for 5 hours a day, no one would call you a obsessive. Well, they might, but they wouldn't. You know what I mean? But people would go, "Oh, you're really cool." Well, so guitar building for me is like that. It's more than just what I do. It's kind of who I become when I'm in that zone. So and those little details are part of it all, and they kind of just everything else fades away, and it all becomes about those cool little things. So
yeah,
if you can get to that point, that's a good thing, sort of like I don't know what it's like.
Yeah.
But I'm sure lots of people have other things that they're into, and the world just sort of melts away, and it just becomes.
Yeah, I think you the problem is when you can't solve that thing that you're obsessing over.
Oh,
right.
Yeah, that can be an issue.
Otherwise it wouldn't be an issue.
Yeah,
it would just go away. And so a lot of times you got to step back and go, well, this isn't working. How do I?
And reevaluate.
And if that answer is like throw it across the room, then you really need to step away. But
there's evidence of that happening all over the shop. Yeah. So we got a couple of
stuff?
throwing stuff and getting mad at stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that. Yeah.
So we got a couple of super chats here.
Cool.
One from Ken Tipton. He said, once I make a mistake that I can't come back from, I destroy the item or will chase a solution forever and make it worse. Brother, you said a mouthful there.
Make it worse.
So yeah, sometimes you can try to fix something so much that you end up wrecking the thing and making it even suckier than it was before. And if you fail quickly and move on, then and start over again, it's not fun, but hopefully you don't make the same mistake twice.
Yeah.
But yeah, sometimes you can, if you think about it, like, it'll take me 2 hours to make a new one, or it'll take me 25 hours to fix this dicked up thing. It's obvious to just,
and you're still going to know.
Yeah.
Even if nobody else does.
Yeah. So yeah, we have kind of a thing that we talk about a lot, and it's fail quickly. And we didn't make it up, but it's something that we try to do, because you can spend hours and hours and hours obsessing over something and beating yourself up for it, or you can just start over. And you guys don't have that luxury, because you're like, well, I only got one more day, so I got to make this be the best I can.
Yeah.
And if you guys glued those necks on and shot finish on them, they'd be awesome guitars. But and I have said it in past classes, and I will say it to you guys. In 4 days, what you've been able to build, it is remarkable. And I will show you a guitar that I made in 1989 that took 5 months to make, and then tell me how obsessing over the little details is absolutely important. So anyway, another super chat from Dylan. For now, people can use code Texas Toast at checkout on our website and get 10% off, and we can work the details out. So Dylan, do I just put that little code that I'm like typing the thing and hey, welcome to Dylan Talks Tone. Here's your code. Do I just put that in the description and you pick whatever you want and you get 10% off? I think that's what it sounds like to me, guys. So, so we'll do it Sunday. I'll put the thing in or maybe even I'll put it in later, and you guys can come back, and it'll from now on, it'll just be on all of our videos, and you can get 10% off Dylan Talks Tone pickups. And that would be super, super cool. Thank you, Dylan. Yep. Dylan's a cool guy, and then Dylan says, no. I don't know what that means. I don't know if he's talking to somebody else, but Dylan, I'll call you this weekend, and we'll go from there.
Okay. Cool. Next question. Here we go.
Yeah. Ready, go.
Dear Matt and Chris, how do you keep so handsome? No. Matt,
that is a good one. You know what it really is? It's just clean living.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. Could I get another beer?
Yeah. Can I get another beer too? I think part of my handsomeness is Dean's fabric softener that I got going.
It really is. Yeah. All right, here we go. Matt, Challenger, question mark. Besides the unique shape, what is your next innovative part of the Challenger?
My next innovative shape of the
what is the next innovative part of the Challenger? Thanks.
I don't fully grasp that question.
Why do you like that guitar? Or what do you think that guitar offers that other guitars don't offer?
Okay.
Besides the shape.
This sort of sounds like a Matt. We want more of Matt's philosophy question.
Sure.
So the Challenger is my baby. Do you remember the day that we designed the Challenger?
No, I wasn't there.
Were you not there? I thought you were. I thought you and Maui was there.
Yeah, he might have been there.
So I invited a lot of people over to my old shop, and the whole idea was that we were going to design by committee. And hey, what features do you like? And so Maui came over and drew like this kind of crazy thing.
It had a mother-in-law apartment in it by the time it was done.
Yeah, it had a hump.
Yeah.
And
rack and peanut steering.
Yeah. And so I took all these ideas and I tried to form them together, and I made this thing on paper. And it was hideous. God, I hated it. And I had to punt, and I'm like, well, what do I like? So I took what everybody else this is probably the worst advice you can give anybody, or the best advice you can give anybody. I took everything that everybody told me they liked. I shit canned it, and I took everything that I liked and I put it in a guitar. And I modified the design over almost the last 10 years. And I've finally gotten it to where I'm like, everything about this guitar is what I like, and it's what I want my guitars to be. So my first guitar was a Gibson, so it's got a real Gibson-y kind of slant to it. Now people look at it and go, "Oh, Telecaster," and I saw a picture the other day that I'm like, how like Facebook reminds you of stuff. Here's what you said 5 years ago, and it was a picture of a daily driver Telecaster and a Challenger right next to each other. And I'm like, some people think that the daily driver or that the Challenger is just a Telecaster, and I don't know what they're fucking blind, because they have 6 strings and they have one cutaway, and really other than that, they have a volume control.
I don't find any part of the Challenger to be even remotely Telecaster-ish. So
they are as Telecaster-y as a BC Rich Seagull is a Telecaster. In fact, I would say they're more like a BC Rich Seagull than a Telecaster. But But yeah, so for me, the Challenger, what was the question again? Other than what?
Besides the shape, what is the next most innovative part of the Challenger?
So I don't really think that the innovation is necessarily shape, because it's a very familiar looking guitar. I think it doesn't like come out and like poke you in the face because it's got a pokey outy thing or a pointy deal. It's not exactly like anything else, but it has a lot of the same things that other guitars that are more the more traditional things have. I think you and I both come down a fairly traditional.
Yeah,
we like traditional guitar. What do you? So let's see. Let me change this question.
We're getting an update.
Hold on. I'm gonna change the question here.
Yeah, besides the shape.
The second thing.
Okay,
so
I changed the question. Now it says
Chris Challenger. Besides the unique shape, what is the next innovative part? I'm
not sure that there's anything innovative about it. The guitar players are fairly traditional lot. So so it's not like it has, a USB port or anything. It's just
It's Chris's paint.
Oh yeah.
No one else in the world has ever painted a guitar.
Well, and I copy. Yeah, I don't actually have an original thought in my head. All I do is copy other people.
But so obviously that's Michael's question. So why don't you answer that, and I'll just drink.
Well, I don't know what. It's just a cool guitar. It's
Maybe break these down?
Well, yeah, we do that. Let's hey Mike, what do you think? Why do I think the Challenger is a cool guitar?
Yeah, why do you think the Challenger is a cool guitar? We've already taken Mike's question. Let's spin it. We're gonna spin it in a way that
All right. Why do I think it's a cool guitar?
Yeah.
Well, because I like the shape. For one thing, it's because we make it and we made it and it's our thing.
And we've made a bunch of them.
Even though you did the design, I think I have something to say about them.
Yeah, you absolutely do. And you and I have talked about lots of little things.
Yeah, lots of little things, and it's it's our guitar.
All right, so Mike is ready to ask his question
Okay.
like a big boy. Come to the microphone and ask your question, Mike, into the microphone. You're right here. Come on.
Do you have anything to add?
You're not on the camera. Just
I know the camera. Was guess. I mean, basically, this I always think the second important thing you did was make it weight relief.
Okay, so not necessarily
guitars
innovation, but what's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So
yeah, I think that's a big thing that we've done here recently is make them.
I have one.
Okay.
One of the things that we've done recently, to our fault, is we've standardized stuff. We landed on the woods that we're going to use, and we landed on the bridge that we're going to use, and the pickups that we're going to use, and the tuners that we're going to use. That's a big deal because up till not very long ago, everything we did was a one-off. So it was like, well, we need this pickup, and we need this bridge, and we need and for every single guitar, we needed these little things that had to all be different. And so having some standardization makes our model a model, not just a one-off every single time. You know, so some of our challengers had Marzio Super Distortions. Some of them had Stop Tail and Tune-O-Matic. Some of them had Hipshot.
Some of them were made of ash.
Some of them were made of ash.
Had maple neck. Some of them had this and that. Yeah.
So standardizing.
Sometimes if there was wood, it turned into a challenger.
Turned into a challenger. Yeah. that like people go, well, why is that such a big deal? It's a huge deal because up until about 3 weeks ago, we'd never done that. Like you said, if there was extra wood, it became a challenger. And that's not bad. It's just a weird thing.
Yeah. All right.
So I'm
Thank you for the question,
I'm
Mike.
looking for lots and lots of question marks here. I don't see any, so we're ready to move forward.
All right.
Oh wait, here's one from Zitherbeast. Do you have a finished challenger there in the shop to show off while talking about it? No, we don't. We have something close, but not.
Not currently.
Having said that, we will have so as you guys know, we're working on the new website, and Joy is helping us with that because she's brilliant. And so she's putting it all together, and so she'll send me like, okay, I want you to think about this layout, and it's for like it's for like a dentist office or whatever it is.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, I'm not a dentist, Joy. And she'll go, yeah, I know, Matt, you idiot. But just look at the layout, and I'm stupid, so I can't like make those things work. And I go, oh, okay. So she like beats it into my head that what it's going to be. And so then I'm like, oh, okay. So I finally get it. So anyhow, so the new website is going to have like a bunch of different, it's going to kind of separate classes from guitars. There's going to be 2 different portals when you get there. And it's just going to be cleaner.
Really good idea.
It's just going to be a cleaner, more put together thing. Like it's because Joy knows what she's doing. So it'll be like put together properly by someone who is a learned aficionado rather than a butthead.
Some jamoke
like me.
With the passcode.
Yeah. Like I said, I'm a dummy. And if it was up to me, I'd live in a cave with like a pointy stick and get out of my cave. So
here's stuff by it.
Yeah. So Joy's gonna bring us into the next level. All right. So anyway, hold on. Here's one from Ken Tipton. Do you think there will be a time when you stop making other styles as a custom build and focus solely on your designs?
Yes.
Funny you should mention it,
Yes.
Ken. We've been turning away custom guitars for months.
Mm-hmm.
How many did you turn away today? 1 or 2?
Just 1 today.
I turned down 2 or 3 people that were like, hey, can you make me a neck for this 85-year-old thing?
And stuff like that. And I think we'll still take on some, if we think it's a cool thing, we may take something on as a complete project. And there's some people that we've done work for before and work with.
So
that if they want something else,
if it's a cool,
I'm not going to say
if it's
no.
a cool person that, if it's a person that we know and we know what to expect from them, we'll do it. Mm-hmm. If it's a design that is like really resonates with us, we'll do it. Mm-hmm. But if it's, hey, can you, one guy was like, hey, I want a 25.5-inch scale neck for a Telecaster. Can you make me that? I'm like, gosh, no matter what I do, it's going to be cheaper to buy it from like a licensed neck guy. Warmoth has it for less than I can do that for.
Yeah,
So unfortunately, no. But yeah, we're focusing on the guitars that we're going to make now are the Challenger.
Mm-hmm.
Lots and lots and lots of Challengers. In fact, there's over a dozen Challengers going right now. Some of them are yours. Not yours. Some Daily Drivers, some Super Casanovas, and some Kaiser Blades. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah. There's only two of us, and we can only, make so many guitars. Yeah. And in the past, we've kind of not made the guitars we've wanted because we've had all this other stuff to make. And at some point, you have to say, the whole point of Texas Toast is to make Texas Toast guitars, not Gibson clones. Or
it's surprising how many Gibson clones we've made and how many Fender clones we've made. And I'm like, gosh, nobody makes more Gibsons than Gibson, and nobody makes more Fenders than Fenders. Yeah, and they're not going to be cheaper than, or they're not going to be. Yeah. We're not going to be any less expensive than the genuine article. So
no, so
okay, yeah. All right, a couple more questions here. Okay. Are non-standard Challengers going to be available at a custom order item in the future? Doc, Doc actually has a non-standard Challenger. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it is very likely that there will be some non-standard Challengers coming up, but look for them to mostly be the guitars that I think the Challengers need to be. Mm-hmm. Or that Chris thinks.
Or like if somebody wanted a custom color, that would be fun. Mm-hmm. A little bit of custom hardware, whatever. That would, mm-hmm. Stuff that sort of slides into.
Plus it's Doc, so Doc wants something.
Yeah, if somebody wants something out of a different wood or something, sure, that'd be cool. Yeah. But
if it's one of the ones that we think it ought to be, it's going to be standard wood, standard parts, and that's
Those are kind of like inline models, right? Yeah. And but if somebody wants a Challenger that's shaped like a Les Paul,
just get a Les Paul, or get a Kaiser Blade. Those are cool.
Yeah.
Okay. How about Butch asks, who does the wiring and how is it wired? I think he means the Challenger. And D. Scott wants to know, can you get different neck profiles with a Challenger? Yeah. So all of our Challengers, our necks are built one at a time, so you can get whatever neck profile you want. Are you going to tell me I have to floss? No. All right. So Chris, you do most of the wiring. How is it wired?
So the standard wiring on a Challenger is 2 humbuckers. Individual volumes for each pickup, master tone, a 3-way switch.
Switch up here.
Switch up.
Knobs down here.
Volume, tone.
Yeah.
Jack. Yeah, like that.
Yeah. Very cool. All right.
Yep. All right.
Moving forward. I hope we got all the questions so far. This one's on the beer box.
It is.
Prost.
What is your favorite ice cream flavor?
Okay. My favorite ice cream flavor. Can I cheat? Yeah, it's the Matt show. I can do whatever the fuck I want. So I'm going to cheat. I like to have 2 ice cream flavors mixed together.
Okay.
And this is going to sound weird. If it was up to me, I haven't done this for a long, long time. I want to have like the chocolatiest chocolate I can get and the fruitiest sherbet I can get all in the same cup. So like German chocolate, rainbow sherbet, all in the same thing mixed together.
Okay.
Or like the something with like chunks of brownies in it, chocolate, and daiquiri ice. All my sherbets sound really like a drag queen is like buying ice cream. Chris, where do you come down on drag queen ice cream?
I'm good with I'm not a big sherbet
scoop
guy.
Of chocolate, scoop of vanilla.
No, I was gonna my Chunky Monkey from Ben and Jerry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
it's a wacky, funky, chunky monkey.
It is. Yeah, I love that stuff. Although
what's in a chunky banana?
Banana.
Banana.
Yeah, dark chocolate. Walnuts. I think that's about it. If they sold that in gallons, that's probably all I'd eat. And it wasn't $74 a gallon.
Yeah, how much is Chunky Monkey a gallon? Yeah.
They don't make it in a gallon. Yeah.
So they make it in a gallon. They don't have it.
Buy it in a gallon.
They don't have it at the local Mega Mart. But
I don't eat that much ice cream, but I do love that flavor. So
I have a real bad sweet tooth.
yeah.
And it's really hard for me to not eat a bunch of candy and sugar and junk and crap and cake and stuff.
Yeah.
And ice cream is a big one. Like I love ice cream.
Yeah. Yeah. What's your favorite flavor of Blizzard?
Blizzard?
Uh-huh.
I think I like the Heath bar. Oh, turtle.
Yeah, turtle's good.
But I want extra chocolate in there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I worked at a Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
And so I've concocted some mostly candy blizzards in my life.
Wouldn't it be cool when we hook up the pin router to make blizzards?
Oh yeah, we have a blizzard.
Hell
attachment.
yeah, man!
We haven't used it yet.
Yeah. Make your own blizzard class at
In
Texas Toast.
yeah,
It's spend a whole week just eating garbage.
in a half a second.
Yeah.
Okay. Hold the cup. Ready? Go.
You gotta hold it.
Yeah, jeez. Holy crap.
How about snow cones?
Yeah. That's all over the place.
I'm not a big snow cone.
Well, I mean, with the pin route.
Oh, with the pin router, yeah.
Great.
We could make our own shave ice with it too. Yeah.
With the shaper.
The shaper. Yeah, there you go. If this guitar thing doesn't work out,
We
got a whole food service back there.
You know what else I
Yeah.
like too? I like gelato. Man, I like the Italians. When everybody else was trying to blow everybody else up, the Italians were coming up with they were like the dessert daredevils.
Yeah.
And gelato. Oh man, I'm such a gelato junkie.
Dessert and cool mini bikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I like the same kind of the gelato is just so sticky and good and it's really yummy.
Yeah. All right. Do we have
All
any
right.
other questions?
Let's see if we have any more questions here from people. Maybe, hey lads from Madrid, I just used Type Bond to rebuild the collar of my favorite leather jacket. This stuff is awesome. Type Bond is a great glue too, you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Mandiak wants to know any plans, discussions for a standard base model. So Andy, we have a base model that I call the Soul Pole, and kudos to you if you know what movie that's from. We haven't made any Soul Poles for a while.
No, we don't get a lot of requests for basses.
No, well, we get a lot of people that
Bases.
ask about bases,
Uh-huh.
but not a lot of people who go, here's my money, shut up and take my money, I want a Soul Pole.
Mm-hmm.
Our bass is basically a P bass with a mega hot humbucking pickup in it that we get from Jerry Centel at Centel Pickups. But Jerry's not the only person in the world that makes bass pickups. But yeah, the Soul Pole is that's what I play, and that's what you should play too. But yeah, so should we have a standard bass model?
Maybe someday.
Even if it's a Fender, yeah.
PRS went forever without a bass, and then they do have a bass.
You think
and
they went forever without
Yeah.
a bass, but they've had a bass for a long time.
Yeah.
Have you? Okay, that's a great segue though. Chris.
Okay.
Have you ever actually seen a Paul Reed Smith bass,
No.
even at the NAMM show?
No.
Me neither.
Yeah.
I have never seen one at the NAMM show. I've never seen one in the wild. I know they make them, even the SE as a like the SE line, the Korean one. I've never seen one of those. I don't think it's because they suck. I think it's just because bass players generally like Fenders. Like you used to say that, or you still say that back in the electric.
Oh, that people would call it the Fender bass.
Yeah, the electric
stand-up.
bass is really kind of the fretted bass is
bass.
like kind of in the last 70 years. You can trace guitars back for centuries, but the fretted bass,
electric, fretted
is a
precision
whole nother
bass.
animal.
Yeah.
Like aside from like synthesizers and stuff, which are in many ways pianos.
Yeah.
The electric bass is like, you couldn't go, hey guy in the symphony.
Yeah.
Well, like, okay, I bet you could go, hey guy in the symphony who plays bass, here's a jazz bass, play it. But you couldn't go, hey guy who's in Hawk Attack, here's a stand-up bass playing the symphony. What the hell do I do with this thing? I don't know.
Play E.
Yeah, boom, boom. Jim Jam Jimmy could do it, but I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So, did I ever tell you? No, you were there. Mad Dog, remember he was telling us that they were playing at like the Ramada Inn somewhere, and Poison was there, and Paul Galaxy was a little starstruck because the guys in Poison wanted to play his Gretsch, and Bobby Dahl couldn't play. He's like, I can't play. But yeah, so the rest of the guys played with CC DeVille and Paul Galaxy. Yeah. Fun times.
Cool.
Okay. Bill Mark wants to know, where do I find your P.O. box number? It's in the description below, sir. You can get in on the fun of. Oh,
we forgot to go.
Yeah.
Speaking
of getting in on the fun, we forgot to go to the mailbox, the P.O. box. But you can send us whatever you want.
P.O. Box 1366, Texas Toast Guitars. P.O. Box 1366, Westminster, Colorado 80030. Once again,
no, it's actually 36 at the PO box.
Yeah,
it's in the description. The link, but the actual PO box.
PO Box 1366.
Yeah. All right. I think that brings us up to speed. We're ready for another question. Stinky Whizzlets. I know PRS has totally had bases.
What is your favorite Burt Reynolds movie?
What is my favorite Burt Reynolds movie? Do you want to pass or play?
I'll play.
Okay. I'm still thinking.
Are you? I'll go with Deliverance.
Are you just going to say that?
No, because he was a full-time badass in that movie.
Yeah.
And in a lot of ways, a very different Burt Reynolds than he was in later years. As far as he was, kind of the jokester. And as much as I love Smokey and the Bandit.
And who
he
doesn't
didn't
love
exactly do his best acting in that. Or any of the others.
I think that Smokey and the Bandit. I'm gonna say that Smokey and the Bandit is definitely one of the best Burt Reynolds movies.
Oh yeah, it's a great Burt Reynolds movie.
Don't send me this, but wouldn't it be cool to have like a turquoise belt buckle and a big turquoise like that watch band?
Yeah,
that's like mostly just not really a band, but it's like this clamp that goes down over your
A legend and an out-of-work bum looking an awful lot
alike. I'm gonna go with Boogie Nights.
With Boogie Nights, he
hated that movie. Yeah, but I thought he was actually really good in that.
Yeah.
Actually, Boogie Nights was a great movie, great soundtrack, and Burt Reynolds. He always seemed like he was on the verge of like just beating someone up, but never did. They say that the guy who wrote that movie or directed and wrote it.
Yeah.
They think that was his dad. I don't think his dad worked in the adult film industry, but like there's so much about that. And he looks so different than he did in all the other stuff where he's like kind of this macho dude with a great big mustache. He kind of was white hair and kind of getting a little frail. And but Burt Reynolds is a I love Burt Reynolds.
Yeah.
Stick. Sharky's Machine.
Gator. Man, I
Six Pack.
That. It was terrible. Yeah, Six Pack.
Remember that where he was like the race car driver, and then there was a family that
Was that Six Pack or was that
5-pack?
Because what was the Kenny Rogers one?
I don't know.
It was the Hey everybody, I'm Kenny Rogers. It was
Striptease.
No,
Striptease for Burt Reynolds.
Okay.
Doug Santinello wants to know if Sharky was. I think it was Sharky's Machine, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Bad Apple Guitar Works wants to know, why not make a hater maker bass with a 4-string neck and a 6-string neck and a triple octave 12-string neck? You know what? If somebody wants to pay us to do that, would you be willing to entertain that?
Sure, absolutely.
For the money it would take, we would be happy to do that.
Yep.
All right. Is this the last question?
Final question.
All right.
Final question.
Oh, unless you guys have more questions, we still have 15 minutes. So we'll vamp on this question for 15 minutes.
You can ask as well.
Okay. Oh, this is a 2-parter.
What is the main reason a guitar won't intonate?
That's okay. Let's
start with that.
You want to start with that?
Okay.
The bridge is in the wrong place, or you've run out of adjustment.
Okay.
Or both.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's an easy one, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Now, intonating does not necessarily mean playing in tune all the way. It just means it's intonated at specific frets. So the frets could be in the wrong spots. The bridge could be in the wrong spot. The
Mhm.
bridge saddles could be in the wrong spots.
Mm-hmm.
You could run out of adjustment for the bridge saddles to move, and that's because the bridge is in the fucking wrong spot. Yeah. But usually when you intonate, do you intonate a fretted note?
Usually, yeah, since that's what you're playing.
So that could be the nut is too high.
Yep.
The frets are very high and you're pressing down past where you are touching the string to the fret, and you're pressing the string sharp
Mm-hmm.
where it falls into that little cavity there
Mhm.
made by the two frets. Yep. I can't think of anything else.
No, that's probably about it. Yeah.
Oh, wait. I got another one.
Okay.
You put a Jerry Sentel pickup in your bass, and it literally is sucking the strings towards the mag. I had heard that happened,
Yeah.
and I'm like, that's hogwash.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Did you ever actually
Yeah.
see it
Magnetic.
happen?
Oh yeah, I was there when we figured
No,
it
but
out.
had you seen it prior to that? Had you seen it?
No, never seen it before.
Sure.
What one?
Well, we'll split it up.
Okay.
So, I had heard of like the magnetic field pulling the strings
Mm-hmm.
towards the magnet even when they're not being plucked.
Yeah.
But I'd never actually seen it, and I thought that's bunk. That never happens.
Mm-hmm.
And then it happened to me on my soul pull bass,
Yep.
and it sounded bad. And then we lowered the pickup. All of a sudden, all the bad sounds.
Yeah,
went
you could
away.
actually pluck the string and see it like hover over and go.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
A bass string, a low E bass string,
Mhm.
like a big one.
Yeah, big one.
And it was pulling the string and stopping it and doing
Yeah.
all sorts of weird stuff.
So that'd be another reason.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, can you think of any else?
I can't think of anything else really.
Okay.
No. Yeah, and guitar is an imperfect instrument. Tuning is an imperfect thing.
It is.
So
Yeah.
that's another one of those little things that you can get really, really wound up on, especially with today's proliferation of nice tuners and
Yeah.
things like that tell you probably more information than you need to know about, tuning in a lot of ways.
Mhm.
And there's also, things can sound in tune and, but be digitally or
Yeah.
out of tune in the grand scheme of things. Pianos are tuned, they do tempered tuning, so not everything is exactly in tune with what it is, but the
It's
whole
tuned
instrument
to the
is
way
in
that
tune,
we hear
correct,
things.
yeah, with itself. And and ultimately that's what matters, right?
Yeah.
And I've noticed that a lot of B strings sound way out of tune if they're slightly undertuned, but they sound better if they're slightly overtuned. It's just the slightest of overtuned,
Okay.
and it sounds better. Or maybe it's just the way I pull on the strings or something like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But anyway, yeah, it's if you're just relying strictly on a digital gauge or something like that to tell
And an
you
open
that
string.
this is that this is the way it should be. Now, and maybe a lot of people hear better than I do, but if a guitar is close,
Mhm.
I can't tell if it's intonated or innotated, either one,
A follow-up question for
intonated
you.
or not,
Okay.
up high.
Follow-up question for you, Chris.
Okay.
How do you intonate a fretless bass? You don't. What's the wind correction for a 308 at 50 yards? Nothing. Okay. So we've got a couple more questions here.
Okay, good. Oh, we still have a follow-up here.
Okay. Can we get to that one here in a moment?
Yes.
Okay. A lot of people are like chiming in on their favorite Burt Reynolds movies, Stoker Ace, The Fastest, yada yada.
Stroker Ace is the one. Six Pack is the Kenny Rogers one.
Okay. Oh yeah, you're right. Bad Apple Guitar Works. Who came up with the name Challenger and where did it come from? I'm curious of your process. Did I come up with that? I think I came up with that. I think the Challenger is a cool name because it punches above its weight class. I can tell you what Challenger is not. It is not the ill-fated space shuttle mission. No. But yeah, I think that guitar.
Around with beer and I spilled it all.
You're
over
goofing
myself.
around.
Yep.
Yeah. So the Challenger was we came up with that because it punches above its weight class.
Did it have a previous name to that?
It never had
Not
something
really.
funny like the Prostitute or the Super Casanova or something like that.
Yeah.
So, Okay, don't forget the gift certificate for the steakhouse. I don't know that we got that.
We did. Remember last time? Yeah, I think you should have it in your wallet. Is that who sent that?
Rick
yeah,
B.
Rick. Yeah, remember because he and I got really, really quality steaks. So quality that
No,
they gave
I don't
us
have it.
free gift certificates.
That's right. Okay, yeah, no,
You
I
do.
don't. It's not in my wallet, baby. It's in yours.
It's not in mine.
Okay,
We might have lost them.
might have lost it.
It's in pin round.
Yeah. Lauren Court says, I'm working with a team of designers on an entry for the Great Guitar Build-Off. Is there much call for 24 frets and 24-inch scale? I don't see why not. I think 24-inch scale is cool.
Mm-hmm.
When I played your Jaguar, I'm
Mhm.
like, man, this thing's badass.
Yeah, they're fast.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. I don't think 24 frets is necessary on that, though.
No. Although then you can play the double octave song.
Mm-hmm.
Ding, 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 ding.
You can, yeah, you
ding,
can.
ding, ding.
You can play notes that only dogs can hear properly, or you know, like the end of Layla, that thing that Dwayne Allman's doing. It's like, God, ow,
Mhm. If
yeah,
you play slide, you can slide all the way up to the bridge.
yeah, you sure can. Okay, all right, let's finish up with the last part of the question.
All right. Here's question. Second part of
This
the
is
question.
a big question.
Why would a guitar builder choose a tune-o-matic bridge, considering the nuisance of establishing? I'm going to say they say a headstock angle. I'm going to say a neck angle.
Okay,
Isn't that correct?
I think that Daryl.
That was
asked
Daryl's
that.
question. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah. Neck angle. Correct.
Yes.
Yes. Why would somebody choose a tune-o-matic bridge?
What would possess someone to swim across shark-infested water to get to an island when there's a perfectly good boat available? They wouldn't. There's no reason at all to choose the tune-o-matic bridge. I love the way a tune-o-matic bridge looks. Other than that,
Yeah.
there's no reason at all to use one.
Yeah.
I mean, really.
Mhm.
It does. It offers a teeny tiny bit of adjustment.
Yeah. It's actually quite pathetic.
it's-
The amount
it's
of adjustment
puny.
that you can get.
Yeah, it requires you to have an angle on your neck or your neck pocket.
Mhm.
You have to cheat it back. It's
Mhm.
you have to drill 2 giant holes in the guitar. Well, you don't have to,
You
but
don't have to.
but you
You get to drill 4.
yeah, you
If-
have
if
to
you
have to
use
have
the
it.
stop
You have to
fail.
at least some way to it doesn't secure the strings. So it's just this sort of like this weird
I think it's
throwback to that like bridge that is on an arch top that was on a
Exactly.
trapeze, and they're like, oh,
Uh-huh.
there's this thing, and then let's make it adjustable.
Yeah, and you had to have some sort of string break angle over it. And
Mhm.
I think the whole reason for a lot of that was you had to figure out a way to attach strings to the body that weren't, acoustic pins
Yeah.
or classical tied strings,
Yeah.
and then have it go over at enough of a break angle to go to the neck.
Gibson is a very traditional company,
Hmm.
and a lot of the things that they do on their electric guitars are because they did it on their archtop guitars.
And I think a lot of the designs came from that. And
Yeah.
how do we make this electric guitar have similar stuff to our other thing? Yeah, and they'd have.
Yeah.
I don't know that a trapeze tailpiece adds anything to a guitar. Maybe some people think it does,
Mhm.
with all that string going over something.
Someone will say that if the neck is at an angle, it's kicked back a little bit,
Hmm.
and they like the way that plays.
Okay,
Okay.
I can see that on a thicker body,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But to my knowledge, acoustics don't have any angle on the.
Yeah. The acoustic angle is definitely different.
Yeah. Well, because the fretboard. Well, I guess they kind of do, don't they?
Yeah.
But the fretboard sits flat on the body,
Yeah.
so if it does,
But
the
But yeah,
body's
so-
filled too.
So the 2-word answer to why would a guitar builder choose a tune-o-matic bridge considering the yada yada yada? They wouldn't. I don't think they're that cool, really.
Yeah.
Now, having said that, I know people who love tune-o-matic and love the way it looks. love the way it plays, love the way it sounds. They love whatever.
Yeah.
And on some guitars, it just looks right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but like one of the biggest downsides to the Tune-O-Matic bridge is how do you secure the strings? It's usually that god awful, ugly stop tail thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like we've
Which
done
was a fix for something else.
yeah. If you didn't have a trapeze, you didn't have a Bigsby.
Uh-huh.
Like when we've done Tune-O-Matics and they go through the body, I think those are way cooler than a stop tail.
It looks cooler, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
A lot of people think that the stop tail adds a lot to the sound.
Mm-hmm.
It might. I don't know. I don't think it does, but
I think it adds another thing to kind of geek out about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
it adds another thing to fall off when you pick
When
up
you
your
put new
guitar and you
strings
put new
on,
strings
yeah.
on. Yeah.
The stop tailpiece reminds me of it's a button that gets pushed because it's a button that can be pushed.
Yeah.
It's like this thing that goes on the guitar because
Yeah.
it's a thing that goes on the guitar.
Right.
And it's like, really, that like what's the cheapest, weirdest, dumbest thing we can put on the guitar? I know, a big block of chrome on the front. Like,
It seems over-engineered for sure
yeah.
as a thing that holds strings.
And yeah, you have to drill.
Yeah.
Okay, even if you don't drill two big holes for the Tune-O-Matic bridge, you still have to drill two giant, almost half-inch holes
Yeah,
for
they've
the
always been
stop
big,
tail.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And getting them wrong is definitely a possibility. Wouldn't it be? I think the Les Paul would have been. If you were to design the Les Paul with starting from nothing,
Mm-hmm.
it would be a very different guitar than starting with generations of archtop and
Yeah.
acoustic guitars.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, and you know, the lore of the Les Paul is that a lot of it Gibson did because they could. And
Sure.
and they were looking at this boat paddle Telecaster
Mhm.
going, we can outclass this.
Yeah,
What if
and in many ways they did.
hey man, wouldn't it be cool?
Wouldn't it be cool if we had it? Yeah.
What if it was like an arch top?
Oh.
Oh, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Sweet.
Uh-huh.
And I love Gibsons. I love Gibsons, and I love Fenders too. But yeah, if you break away from the tradition and you just distill it down to this has to do something, the Tune-O-Matic bridge is a POS. It looks cool on Gibsons,
Mhm.
but like doesn't have very much adjustment. Oh, what if you have like your B string is low and every other string is exactly perfect?
Uh-huh.
What do? You have to jack the whole bridge up and file down every saddle except the B.
Mm-hmm.
So the B is right, or replace that set. It's like you couldn't, like, nothing. It's only like partially adjustable. So it does everything a bridge should, but poorly compared to a lot of other things.
I like the idea that you have to angle it to make it
Mm-hmm.
actually do its main job.
Yeah, yeah.
Its second job.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel weird talking shit about the
venerable
Tune-O-Matic.
Tune-O-Matic. Yeah. Yeah.
But if you have a Tune-O-Matic bridge on your guitar, you have an antique, right? I mean, this is where people are going to remember this and go, Matt hates Gibsons, and I'm gonna be like the stinky troll on the Gibson forum because I talked shit. I'll be
Yeah.
You're worse than Satan and Hitler and Ed Roman all put together.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, from a purely functional and operational standpoint, the Tune-O-Matic isn't really that cool.
No. There's other bridges that do more stuff. That's for sure.
Yeah.
There's other bridges that do less stuff that seem to be less problematic. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, this and this kind of goes back to that whole intonation thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's, just bar bridges and stuff like that people love. And, you know, if sustain is, if vibration is the enemy of sustain,
Mhm.
then a Tune-O-Matic is not the bridge that you want, probably.
Yeah.
You know, as far as loosey goosey stuff.
Couple of questions here. Doc says the Les Paul was always Gibson saying to Fender, "Hold my beer."
Yeah.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
Dan wants to know, why do they call it a tune-o-matic if it's so hard to tune? Dan, the reason they call it a tune-o-matic is because it has adjustments built into it. Prior to that, there was either just a bar, a block, or something that had like little things that were like an acoustic, a saddle that may or may not have been compensating, or a piece of rosewood with a saddle on it that you scooched around on the guitar, and you didn't adjust screws to make it go. You moved it around until it was in tune.
Yep.
Or until it would intonate.
Yep. Do acoustic guys fret over?
They
over intonation.
Yeah, they do.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So much so that Stuart McDonald sells perfectly intonating, jigs and stuff to make your acoustic be awesome. And
okay.
The fact of the matter is, a lot of you guys may not think this, but past or prior to getting to like the 7th or 8th or even 9th fret, an shittily intonated guitar will sound perfect until about the 9th fret, and then it gets bad.
And then Well, so the idea that the reason that acoustics don't have all this crazy stuff for intonation is because the soundboard and the sound that comes out of it is just so much more complex than a plucked electric string. But then you throw all this amplified stuff at it, and distortion and echo and reverb and vibrato and all this other stuff, tremolo. Oh, it's not intonated when I can hear it when it it's supposed to go what? Yeah, so I don't know. I think it's just some people like to worry about stuff. Yeah, and
I'm gonna catch a bunch of flack for this. Probably like 5 or 6 years from now, someone's gonna go, "You suck because you don't like Gibson." I love Gibsons, and I think that Gibsons look cool, and I think that if you put a Leo Kwan badass on a Les Paul, it's not as neat looking. But the fact of the matter is that aside from tradition, choosing a tune-o-matic is a poor choice, I think. So, and I'm just gonna catch shit for it, and that's the way it is.
There you go.
We appeal to 1% guitar players, and if you're a 99 percentile guitar player on a forum somewhere, goofing around and jerking off with whatever happens to be on that forum, then sorry if you don't like us.
Yep.
This is Chris trying to get me to shut up, but yeah.
We're running into Dylan's time.
That's right, Dylan. So guys, thanks for watching our Thursday live stream. We've got to go eat steak and drink beer. I'd like to thank all the people who make this possible. Our Patreon supporters, guys, for just $1 a month, you can help us do stuff that's cool like this and listen to me rant and get drunk. I try to not get drunk.
Hate on Gibson.
I love Gibsons. Flipside Music, the great American guitar store. If you're in the Denver area, please check out Flipside Music and tell them the guys from Texas Toast sent you. Steve over to Maximum Guitar Works basically has some game-changing templates. If you don't buy your templates from Steve, you're doing it wrong. Pickups from Dylan McCurchie at Dylan Talks Tone. We love them. You love them. They sound good, just like a pickup should. John and Cheryl at Bitterroot Guitars, they sent me an email today. I have to get back to them. Truss rods and everything cool like that, John and Cheryl have you covered. And, of course, Dan and Calvin at Tone Wood Experts. I have to get in touch with them because we have to get a buttload of swamp ash, not for challengers. So until Sunday, guys, we will have a great weekend, and we will talk to you then. You have anything else, Chris?
Nope.
All right, we're going to go eat steak, guys. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.